Absolutely. What are some of the mindset changes that you think can help people when they move from, working on site to working remotely?
Um, I'll answer this from a consultant's perspective. Like, if you're a consultant or if you're working independently, and you're working remotely, I would say that you know there's a tendency to feel less worthy just because you're serving clients remotely or just because you're doing something remotely. Um, so if you're a consultant, or if you're even if you're working in a firm and you're dealing with customers, don't feel less worthy just because you're serving clients remotely. Um, so especially when you're a consultant, your value is a function of the result that you get for your clients. Or even when you're working for a company, for example, your value is the result that you get for the company or your boss. So that's a mindset shift. I mean, nothing changes when you're working remotely. You're expected to deliver whatever you're expected to deliver. But then there is a tendency of thinking that, oh, you know what, it's remote, so maybe it's not as good as the real thing. I mean, there's no such thing as real thing. The only real thing, if there is such a thing, is the result that you get for whatever work you're doing. So that's the first mindset piece, if you will. And secondly, when you're working remotely, I found it really useful to have a routine. When you're working in an office, for example, there is typically a routine. Like, you have to wake up, go to the office, commute. There's a specific time, etc. It's important that structure is helps in a way. So when you're working remotely, typically if you're working at home, in the times we're in right now, it helps to have a routine. It helps to have a start time. It helps to have a specific time when you have lunch, for example, or you schedule some breaks. And it is still it is a theoretical concept. I mean, you're still at home, but then even if you sort of make it work like 60 to 70% of the time that you have a routine, it definitely helps you in your work. But here's the thing: in terms of mindset, the biggest thing I'll tell you is that, if you enjoy what you're doing, I really enjoy my work. So if you enjoy what you're doing, remote or in person doesn't matter. In terms of a mindset a perspective, there's not a lot that you will need to do if you really enjoy the people you're working with, or you enjoy the results that you're getting for your clients or any constituents. So that's what I would say. I mean, make sure that you enjoy what you're doing, and make sure that you're in a place where you enjoy the work.